Hello everyone, this is Elvira from Scrapping Maniac, and today I'm going to show you how to create these homemade flowers with simply a circle cutter with circles. Either you can use a Fisker circle cutter. I used a Fisker. I also have the curvy cutter. Either one will work. You can make big flowers that will be as big as your page. You can make small flowers, little tiny bitty flowers. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to create this one. This one, in order to create this one, what you're going to need is some circles. You're going to need scissors. You're going to need some shape scissors or decorate edge scissors. I got a postage stamp. I forgot what this one is. Doesn't have a name, but it's kind of squiggly. And I also have a scallop scissor. You also might need a corner rounder if you like the rounded corners on the flower. This is optional. You can use a distressing ink or regular ink, whatever you prefer, chalk, anything like that will work. You're definitely going to need some kind of mouse pad. This is a push pad that came with some accessories or some embellishments that I had. So I've been using this. Another thing that I use that's very good, that works just like that. So if you don't have a push pad, you can get like packing material from something that you've gotten in the mail. This one also works very well. Not only does it work well for using it to emboss your flowers, so it'll have that dimensional look, it also works very well for stamping. So this is almost a must, I think. Okay, and then you're going to need some bling. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your circle and you're going to fold it in half, open it, and then turn it 90 degrees, fold it in half, open it, turn it another 90 degrees, half, turn it, and then half again. So what you're going to see, what you're going to get is 1, 2, 3, 4 fold lines. Now if you want more, that will create an 8-petal flower, but if you want more than 8 petals, then what you do is you actually will go in between each, once you do the 8 fold lines, between each fold line you'll go ahead and fold in half. So it'll make 16 petals. Okay, that will be good for like daisies. If you want to create daisies or more skinnier petals, then you can do that. Okay, so once you fold that in half and you have all your score lines, you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut in between these fold lines, but not all the way down. You're going to cut like halfway up, from the middle halfway up to the center of that fold line. Okay, there's one, and you just keep doing this all around your flower. If you want thicker petals, then you make small slit lines. If you want smaller petals, then you make a bigger wedge in between these lines. And as I can see, this is free form. You don't have to measure it, but if you're the type that likes to have everything symmetrical and measured, you can of course measure in between each of these lines all the way up. And then cut. Okay, once you've done that, then you have this looking flower, which doesn't look too bad on a page, but I want to actually have the rounded edges. So in order to do that, first I'm going to show you how to do the rounded petal. Then I'm going to show you how to create the decorative edge petals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my corner rounder and I'm going to insert one of the petals in, kind of not all the way in, but you know, like halfway or a little bit in, just to create that rounded edge. Go next one, do the same thing. It's not going to be perfect. Don't expect your petal to look completely symmetrical and perfect. It's going to be just artistic, and that's what we were looking for. If you wanted a perfect flower, then you know, you can go ahead and buy the Prima flowers. But for me, since I do a lot of layouts I like to take my scraps and use them to create embellishments for my layouts, and also it will just keep your layouts, the cost of your layouts low, as well as, you know, a lot of you know those flowers that you buy in the scrapbooking stores can be pretty expensive. Okay, so there's my flower. Then I'm going to take, now another thing you're going to need is embossing stylus. There's a lot of different type of embossing stylus. And let me see if I have another one. There's another one that I have. Okay. This one, I don't ever use it because the ball is too small. I really don't like it. This one is a Stampin' Up! Embossing stylus, and it's also created by Chatterbox. Actually, it was Chatterbox. I bought it in Stampin' Up! And it has a nice big balls on each end. I like this one. But I found the set of 3 embossing stylus in the polymer clay area. They're actually designed for polymer clay, and you notice the tips are, one tip is the embossing stylus, and the other tip is, it's a rubberized like form shaper for your polymer clay. So this one I bought them in Joann Fabrics, and it cost me $5. It's $10, and I had a 40% coupon, actually a 50% coupon, and it ended up being like $5. Very good deal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the little one, and what I'm going to go around the outside of each petal and create like a U, and actually I'm in the wrong side. You make like a U shape, and that's just to kind of give your petals dimension. Actually, let's do it in the outside like that. Same here. You're gonna go each petal and you're gonna do that U shape. Okay. I hope all of you guys being able to see this. Let me go ahead. Okay. Then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to take my middle one. I'm going to push down just in the center. And drag my stylus in towards the center of the flower. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over and just emboss the middle. Okay, at this point is where I'm going to use my distressing ink, and this time I'm going to use tie-dye. And I can distress it. And notice that when I embossed in the outside, in the right side, when I embossed it, it created like that indentation, and then when I turned it over and just embossed the middle, it created like a little ridge on my flower, and I like that. So go ahead and ink the petals. So if you want a more dramatic look, you can use the tie-dye. Now for a more subtle look like this one, I used the old paper, and that one I like that one also. Okay, and then the last thing you're going to do is going to go ahead and put a bling, and I'm going to put a pink one in between. Okay, so there's one flower. Now we're going to create a 2-layer flower. So I'm going to do the big one here. Okay. And actually, let's use this one. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half. For this one, I'm going to use the decorative edge scissors. I hope it's coming out good on this video. Okay, and I always make sure that I match up this fold with this fold, this fold matches with the other fold, because otherwise your flower the petals are going to be a little obscured, but that's okay. I mean, either way, it'll look good. Then for this one, I'm also going to cut in between the fold lines. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to fold it in half, match up each petal with the corresponding petal, and I'm going to take my edge, my small edge scallop scissors, and I'm going to start at an angle, rotate my petal, and go that way. And notice, so you can either use the scissors that cut peaks, or you can use it the other way and it will cut the scallop. But I want it peaks. Okay, so let's do it again. Start at an angle, rotate your flower as you cut. Rotate your flower as you cut. Open it up, and there's my flower. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do, taking some embossing. I mean, not embossing. What am I talking about? Taking some distress ink, and I'm distressing the edges. If you really want to ink in between the petals, so that's when you're going to take some kind of foam, and you can go in between each of those petals real good, like that. Okay, and that gives it a softer look on your flower. Okay, we're done with that. Now let's bring back our mouse pad. Let's turn the flower over. So this time I'm just going to turn it over. I'm going to use my middle stylus and go around the edges this time. Around the edges, and then I'm going to take my 8mm stylus, turn it over, and just come in. Just pull it in, 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 and in the middle. And it kind of, that curves like the flower up. Then you're going to put this flower here. And actually, I don't like, let me just do it on the other side. I don't really like that look. So just pull it in. Then about, okay. Then I'm going to take glue dot. Okay, there's my glue dot. Put it in the middle. And I'm done with this flower. So, and it's kind of cute. And you know, try to put it obscure a little in between the petals if you can. And so these are my 3 flowers that I created. I hope you enjoyed this video, and more to come. Stay tuned. There's more videos to come and different stuff that I have learned how to make. Hope you like it. See you. Bye.